website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, how do you build your skills to the highest level? Most people that think that self-discipline is a big part of it. It's not. In fact, we think that self-discipline is sometimes the biggest element, the defining factor. You have to practice, right? And in order to do that, you need to have self-discipline. But nothing could be farther from the truth. Nobody who built their skills to the highest level did it using self-discipline. It's not the flour in the cake. It's the cinnamon, right? It's just a tiny little ingredient. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can absolutely be the most disciplined person in the world. But you have to use a simple strategy. Most people, when they... let me just finish the whole postulate about it not being the thing that brings you to mastery. Because you can't whip yourself all the way to the finishing line. It's not possible. What brings you there is passion and excitement and enthusiasm, all those great emotions that just makes you practice for the long hours and just, really learn fast, because you learn extremely fast when you're passionate and excited about what you focus on. So, self-discipline, how do you become good at it? Because it's a good idea, right? You feel passionate about something and you want to really become good at it. And instead of going from thing to thing, right, focusing on something you're very passionate about, and then the next day you become passionate about something else, and you don't really get results because you're not focused for long enough on any single thing, then you want to create a project out of what you are passionate about. Let's say it's legato, hammer-ons and pull-offs. You feel very passionate about it. You see a video or something that you really want to learn, and then you create a project out of it. You say, okay, how can I really create some great results here? Well, if I focus on this for 4 weeks and I practice like this, and I sit down in front of the TV each night and practice 3 hours of 2 simple exercises over and over again for thousands of times, and I do that for 4 weeks, working with the metronome, whatever it is that I'm going to do, then I think I'm going to, create some skill improvement. And that's what you do. You define exactly what you're going to do, what days, and exactly for how long. Those are your rituals. And then you use self-discipline each and every day to actually push yourself through that little barrier of doing it. It's not a matter of using self-discipline as you practice. If you have to whip yourself on the back and say, come on, do it as you practice, then you want to do something completely different. That's not a life, right? You don't want to practice in pain, and I can promise you that you'll learn turtle speed if you don't like what you're doing. You must be passionate about practicing. But that doesn't keep you from the fact that if you got your butt in the couch and you're watching a movie and you just had a full meal, you don't want to get up and pick up your guitar and start practicing. That might be, a little bit of a distance between that state and the practicing state, right? That's why you want to use self-discipline. So how do we do that? Well, you make your rituals, your commitments, totally manageable. Instead of committing to practicing 4 hours each day or each night, you commit to practicing 3 times 2 minutes, right? Anybody can do that, or 1 minute. So after you had your full meal, you practice for like 2 minutes. Can you say yes to that every single night? Seriously. With no hesitation. Of course you can. 2 minutes every day. Any idiot can do that, right? Cool. So now you can have some self-discipline about practicing 2 minutes every single day at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whatever it is. Okay, then let's say you do that at 5, 7, and 9, for instance. 2 minutes. And then you set a recurring alarm in your phone that reminds you of doing it. Could you do that for a week? Every single night? Yes. Could you do that for 2 weeks then? Yes. Could you do that for 4? That becomes your whole project. You know what to practice for these 2 minutes. It's your simple repetitive exercises, whatever it is. And then you commit to doing it. And then the whole project becomes about doing it, not about doing it for a long time, because that's what trips people up when it comes to self-discipline. When you commit to practicing 4 hours a day or, going for a run, exercising for like 2 hours, it becomes an insurmountable mountain of stuff you need to do. And when you're sitting in the couch and you're feeling lazy and all of that, then you have that picture of practicing for 2 hours, and I just want to watch the movie. I just want to do, because that's the state you're in, right? You just want to watch it. You just want to realize you had a full day and you're tired now, right? But if you have a plan of practicing just 2 minutes or even 1 minute, then I can go do that and then come back, right? I can go practice or pick up my guitar, practice for 1 minute, and then watch a movie. Right? If that's what your project is about, you can easily do it. And then I see a person now with self-discipline. And what happens is that once you start picking up your guitar, chances are, sometimes you practice for a minute, but more often than not, you keep practicing, right? That's what self-discipline is. Intelligence. It's not the ability to tell yourself that you're an idiot if you don't practice 4 hours every night. So if you're smart, you make commitments to stuff you can actually follow through on. You want to go for a run each day? Then commit to putting on your workout clothes and running just around the house or around the block and coming back in for 30 days, for instance. Can you do that? Can you do that? It takes you 2 minutes. There's no excuse. Put on the clothes, up, down, around the house, up again. I did that for a full year once, every single day, and I never ran just around the house, because once you get around the house, your whole personality changes. You smell the air, and you're running, and let's go around 2 blocks, right? And then suddenly you're going for a run. That's the trick. And when you're intelligent and you don't want to give yourself a lot of pain, and then that's what you do. You focus on committing to something so manageable that it pushes you into that practicing state. You feel the guitar, you start practicing. I can practice for 2 minutes, right? Practicing 1 minute. Let's go for 2 minutes. And pretty soon, you're that guitar practicing guy that loves to practice, and not the big butt guy on the couch who's lazy guy. You're not that person anymore. You're the one who's all passionate about practicing guitar, because you get all the visual stuff and the feeling of the instrument, and suddenly you're back into your project. So create rituals that you can actually follow through on. And after a given period, like say a week, don't go any further than you have that feeling inside. I can totally commit to that. Of course I can. Like 2 minutes or 1 minute 3 times a night. And then just look at how much you practice. It's amazing, right? Anyone can benefit from this, by the way. No matter how great your practicing schedule is, you can improve it in some way. So put this into action. And that's the defining thing, really. Are you going to, take the time, the minutes you spent watching this video and actually convert them to something practical, something real that is going to give you new skills? Or just, that was a nice video, let's do that tomorrow. Let's see, we can use that in the future. Those are the people who never get the skills. The ones who get the skills say, that's a great idea. And then you put it into action right away. Say, what could you commit to? Something simple. Can you set a reminder in your phone right away, right now, to practice every single day? Just do that one thing and see what it does to your practicing, right? On a time you wouldn't normally practice, at 9 o'clock in the night or in the morning, right? Right when I get up, I want to be reminded to practice for 1 minute, right? Whatever it is. Do something about it right now so you get the experience of it, so you get the practical experience, and that's what's going to influence your practicing in the future. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.